Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday morning, and I have just had a look through the email that I received from the event organisers for the Chiltern half marathon, which I'm doing on the weekend. It's through a company called Chiltern Ridge, and they've given a lot of information. They've put up onto their email a link to the YouTube video, which is the briefing. So obviously we can't do it as a proper briefing in person on the day of the event in light of COVID. So they've circulated all the briefing notes to everybody ahead of the race, which I've just read. It's kind of got me quite excited. I've actually feel slightly strangely nervous about it, even though I signed up to the event thinking this is just something just to tick off the list. I'm not treating it as a race as such. I just want to have done an event before attempting to do the ultra marathon next year in May. So I've made a note of the start time. They've got an emergency number, which I've made a note of in case something happens midway through the course. I've just downloaded the map, which actually, speaking of which, let me see if I can make this work. I'm just trying to share something with you. Hang on. So hopefully you can see this and this works, but this is through an app called Komoot, and you can see that I've saved it as Chiltern Ridge. You've got here that it's an estimated 2 hours and 26 minutes. I think it's probably going to take me slightly longer. 21.5 kilometers and an incline of 320 meters and decline of 320 meters. Let's see what else we've got on here. This is quite interesting, the elevation. So if I click on that, it then brings up the elevation and the different marking points. So if I scroll this along, you can see the white dot circling around. The things to note here is that we start off with a huge decline, and then around sort of like 2.5k, we then hit sort of where it says yellow and red. That means that it's incredibly steep. So look at that elevation, which you can see on the series of green characters above where the graph is on the right hand side. It says 13%. That's phenomenally high. 15%, 14, 15, 16. Jesus. It's going to be very, very, very steep. I don't think I've actually run up anything that steep before. So yes, I've done half marathons, but I've never done one that steep or in a trail for as long as this. Once I hit that point, what's that, 3.7, 3.8k, it then goes fairly sort of steady. That I think will be generally okay. Bit of an incline here, but nothing out of the ordinary from what I've previously been doing. And then fairly steady right until we get to 17.5 kilometers. Then a very, very, very steep decline, which I don't think I've done something as steep as that before. That's 12%. Until, and this is going to be the killer, I think. So on tired legs, about 19 kilometers. There we go, 19 kilometers in. And then up a very, 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 very steep end. We're getting to 12% there, 11%, 8, what's in the red, 13%. So incredibly steep on 20 kilometer mark. Hopefully by that point, the adrenaline will kick in that I can see or hear the finish line. And then, and that'll be that. So that's the map, that's the tour. We've saved it onto my phone. So even though there's going to be markings there, it will just be another reason not to get lost, I guess. And then the kind of way types and surfaces that I've got. So the black, there's a lot of unknown. It's a bit concerning. The rest of it is fairly kind of what I expect. So that will be the route. What else has it on here? Experience needed, 2 out of 3. Fitness required, 3 stars out of 3. And I think that's it. So that that's the route. I will be doing some filming en route as well to kind of show you guys the kind of views that we're experiencing and to kind of talk through how painful we're finding it during the event. So if I haven't mentioned it already, I'm doing it with my brother Jamie. So it's going to be a bit wet. I think the weather forecast isn't looking great, but it is what it is. And it's just a first event to kind of tick off the list. So feeling excited about it. And this is all in preparation as part of the bigger event, which is coming up next May. The 100 kilometer run, one day, one run in one day, all to raise money and awareness for Alzheimer's Research UK. Okay, have a great day, everybody, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye now.